This is Eric Getz, FBI video tip number 60. We are 2 days away from the Madagascar closing of the Mozambique deal in Africa, worth trillions of dollars. The royal family of Brunei has not ever told anybody in the United States or anybody that I know. Well, yes, I have never received I or anybody I know has ever received information from the royal family of Brunei saying that they were not going to buy the oil deal. Okay, so we are 2 days away from closing. The options the options that Graham Dryden wrote are contingent upon the Madagascar closing, which expires in 2 days. Okay, now this video is intended for the police that are corrupt, the ones that steal my phones, my bikes, the ones that threaten teenagers. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a young woman named Skylyn McDermott. Skylyn McDermott has about a 1-month-old baby. Skylyn McDermott has had a horrible life. She was mistreated by her family. She was mistreated by CPS in a West Texas prison where they raped children. Most children only got 6 months. She was there 3 years. Got out at 12. They don't know her age. Her mother's dead. Father's in prison. Life killed 60 men. Okay? There are 2 California police departments watching all I do. You can look at the old videos. But this is to the corrupt police and the ones who abuse children. Okay, now Skylyn McDermott, I met in a hotel room. Okay, nothing happened. So her lesbian transgender lover began extorting me tens of thousands of dollars and even extorted my family. Okay, Graham Dryden knows this person very well. In fact, him and that person set Skylyn McDermott up in a CC's Pizza when she was trying to take a recording of Graham offering bribes. He took her phone, and then CPS came in and arrested her. She's been arrested 4 times now, 2 because of me, and because I can't lie to the police. So now the last time that I know she was arrested, Skylyn McDermott, pregnant Skylyn McDermott, many months pregnant, was being handcuffed to her special detective's office. Okay, and she was very upset. It was going on, I think, 2 weeks. Now, 3 detectives came over on the February 25th. 3 detectives came over to her detective's office and talked about setting me up. Okay, now there has been 3 CPS setups since then. Okay, I've described them in 1, 2, and 3s. Hopefully I will get out today. Now, Skylyn McDermott made a very brave choice one night when her lesbian lover cut her up and choked her till she threw up. Okay, after months of extortion and not talking to me, that I know of, and she sought refuge and shelter because she had nowhere to go. Now keep in mind, there's a man named Graham Dryden who has threatened to kill 4 people: me, my father, my wife, and Lisa Qualls. Okay, people do bad things for money. So, even CPS isn't safe for her. I still believe. Okay, so Skylyn McDermott was in that West Texas prison. I heard a lot about that prison that is now shut down. So why would they do? And then so they convinced, they blackmailed that young woman, that pregnant young woman with a baby, to file harassment charges against me. The woman who was also involved in a very big extortion issue, okay, which I have detailed in other FBI and video tips, and it's all over the internet. 40,000 people have more than 40,000 have seen my links and my pictures and my videos. I got 170 hours just the past 28 days of viewing of those tips. And we're on 59. I haven't released half of them. So, now, why would those 3 officers that came over to Skyland McDermott's office be so interested in getting her to file harassment charges against me? Okay, using her like that, using the love of her baby, the woman who's never had anybody in her life she could trust. Why would they do that? Because these are corrupt police. One of those, I'm certain, is Stephen Idzie's, the informant, Stephen Idzie, that set me up in a hotel room with drugs just not that long ago, that the FBI has restricted access to anything of me. Why would they do that? Because why would they be setting me up three times after February 25th to try to, and why? Okay, it's obvious. Crooked police. You know, I've been thinking a lot about how Skyland has been used by police, by people all around her. You know, and even, you could say even I was using her, because I was saying, look, you just need to do the right thing. No one, there's no victim, no crime. Okay, so and trust me, I've got much worse issues than whatever she can do to me anyway. Okay, we all know that. I'm being investigated by 6 police departments. Okay, CIA, MI56. At the SEC, 2 places in California, one of which is where Skyland McDermott's father was rearrested for coming over and killing me, trying to kill me with Brenda. Okay, now why? Okay, I'm going to try to stay focused here. So yes, I know Skyland McDermott very well. You know, we fight a lot. Okay, I've seen her fight. I wouldn't want to fight her personally. So, but we don't fight physically. I've always treated her with respect and kindness and thankfulness for what she did last September. Okay, you guys forced her, used that teenager to come after me, that drug cop, that Stephen Idzie, who's a drug informant, who used to be my assistant, told me that the people I work for are very upset with what you're saying. They want to kill me. Paraphrasing it, and it's on my site. And I've gone through that whole posting that he wrote. After the next day, they followed me and my follower all around the city, hoping that I would run. Hoping. I'm not running. I'm right here. You guys, 6 police departments know where I am. The FBI knows where I am. The CIA knows where I am. Probably MI56 does too. Possibly even Qatar, the people, the Qatari. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. That's in go. So what I'm doing, you go to my LinkedIn, and in that long thread, there's going to be a link to my Facebook, and that's all my conversations with Graham Dryden and 10 criminals. Okay. I did a tally last night with Graham Dryden. There are now 71 people that I know of that are facing criminal charges potentially. And those are people that I met along, you know, I was trying to date girls, going through divorce, and still haven't seen my kids in 15 months mainly because of the danger that these criminal, corrupted police and people, including the people in Brunei who have threatened my life, pose. Okay, so yes, I am an FBI informant, and as you saw the other day when that other cop replied on my LinkedIn post, "Nobody likes a rat." Okay, and then I replied, "Well, they're setting me up. They all ratted me out first," and then he deleted his post. So yes, nobody likes a rat. Okay, but keep in mind, when you're being threatened for life multiple times over the last year, you go to the police and the FBI. FBI's top priority is investigating public corruption of police included. okay? Everyone's upset about me submitting all this stuff to the FBI, all the stuff to the Homeland Security about the terrorist association. And that is a very, I promise, I know for a fact that that thing was submitted February before last, okay? So the FBI's been watching all of you a very long time. We are 2 days away from the deal, and guess what's going to happen right after that deal doesn't get signed, okay? I put this out there in case someone does something against me, so there's a diary and evidence, and I send it out to thousands of media, or hundreds of media. They've downloaded all over Southeast Asia, okay? I've made statements regarding that before too. So, and why would all of the intimidated witnesses, the dozens of people on my witness intimidation link, many of which, when you're going out dating these girls, a lot of them smoke pot and stuff. Okay, there's a write-up done, okay, that's coming out soon, and regarding all of this, because I'm in the final report stages of this. And so why would all these young women who have nothing against me, okay, that most of them I didn't even have sex with, why would they be silent? Okay, probably because a crooked drug detective that Stephen Idzy works for went around busting a lot of people. I know for certain that at least 3 or 4 are in jail. I know for certain too. I've been told that, okay? One's about to do life sentence. Why is that? Well, because he witnessed. He is a witness when Precinct 5's people harassed me and my phone was stolen because I took pictures of the people committing crimes against me. Okay, that's all identified in the public corruption Precinct 5 1.5 hour video, one of the first ones I put out. Okay. Now, we all know that there are at minimum tens of billions of dollars of profit to make off of this deal. Okay, you can bet your ass that when I filed a tip with Homeland Security, that was after French Security said to Bob Bertang that Adam and whatever that other guy's name was, I never met him. Okay, Graham Dryden was the one that gave them the $280 million data set, not me. So when the deal was lost, there was one very happy terrorist in that group. That terrorist fundraiser from Qatari, identified by that France Below guy on my site, that told Bob that they are known terrorist fundraisers. Okay, and Graham continued negotiating with those terrorists for many months, and I believe he reopened negotiations last November. Okay, that's why I called MI6 when the African intelligence reporter, before the African intelligence reporters did their fake news article release, being bribed to deter me, to hurt my chances of getting this to the media. That was last February. Okay. And there's a recording on the drive with Bob all so upset because he committed fraud right in front of MI6, saying that there never was a deal, that those pictures were all off the internet. Those pictures aren't off the internet, folks. Those are pictures of the Queen, Zane's uncle, who runs ISD, Internal Security Department of Brunei, the top military general of the whole country. Zane's uncle, the same man who threatened to kill me for Mark Cuban's not dating Mark Cuban's mistress, but by trying to get an introduction to Mark Cuban for the deal. Okay, so that's all detailed. I'm diverging some, but so Graham is in Brunei. He can't help any of the people that accepted that money or bribery or talked to Graham on the phone. The FBI's been watching, CIA, NSA. Okay. FISA sees all. They are terrorist fundraisers involved. So Don't be upset with me when I'm trying to get personal safety for the 14 honest investors I brought into this deal, my family, who has been threatened with life more than once. Don't blame me. Graham is detained in Brunei. He's only got $100 in his pocket. He can't help you guys. They're setting all of you up. I'm set up. We're all set up. The FBI has been watching everything I do for at least 1.5 years. Everything. That includes WhatsApp, that is Facebook owned. That's a US company. And I knew all this. I'd forgot about the Homeland Security tip. But we know what was, I explained what was going on back last February too. With Stephen, the crooked drug cops, Stephen Izzy, the informant for that crooked drug cop, his nephew was my personal safety. He was sleeping at my house with a gun. The same house that Graham Dryden was in when they were threatening to kill me, to blame me on the stolen, to blame me for the terrorist in possession of that data, that $260 million data set, the Qatari terrorists, the same ones that I put on my Facebook that are connecting and hacking into my father's systems, okay? And I put the IPs of all those other 6 police departments in the country on my website. Ping them, trace route them. You will note that they trace somewhere, probably to a police department. Okay, so Graham Dryden cannot. He can maybe bribe some cops here in Houston, and maybe at least one CPS officer, the one that Brenda claims to be gunning for me, the same one that's talked for hours with Graham on the phone ever since last September, and most likely, while he was in Brunei, he was talking to that same cop. Okay. So, there's so many coincidental things. I don't need anybody to tell me what's going on. The whole fucking world knows it's a setup. Using a teenage woman with a 1-month-old baby as bait. That's despicable. A young woman that was abused. She told me a lot about rape in that West Texas prison for children. That's why it's shut down. So I know the district attorney of Conroe is watching everything I put on there. So I hope you watch this video, and you can bet your ass the FBI is watching it. They get it before you guys do. I put it long before, actually. They've got the other videos. You guys don't. They've locked you guys out of my Google account. I know it. Because I send links to the videos through my Google, and nobody watches them. So, you guys want to play games? I'll play games I'll play games till Christmas when the French block goes, but it won't be that long. You want to use abused women? Go. Yeah. Obvious corruption. Obvious. Definitely beyond reasonable doubt. So, I just can't believe what I'm even witnessing. Nobody else can either. Why are so many police interested in Stephen Eric Getz? Why are so many police upset? Why is a sergeant calling me from Precinct 5 extremely agitated with a checklist of items right when I'm waking up, not even giving me a moment to respond? It's a 2-month Texas Attorney General investigation because they won't release the report on the $12,000 home burglary where I told them who stole it. I told them me and my father filed signed affidavits saying who stole the stuff out of storage, out of my storage, the aerial bullet, two big TVs. I took pictures, showed the license plate, and I just want, where's the TVs? Nope, where's the phone call from the cop saying we looked, we tried, she didn't answer. No, nothing. How come nobody came and talked to me or my father about $12,000 of home burglary items that we told the cops who did it? Well, okay, if she's an informant, how about bringing some of the items back? I played the recording of her talking for 30 minutes with my father just last week on the internet for all to see. She talks about Skylyn McDermott. Everything I'm saying, she's validating as fact, including nothing happened in that hotel room, Mr. Officers, or Lady Officer, I should say. So, no, I'm not gonna fall for the Snapchat bait, okay? I'm not gonna fall for the $4,100 auto theft scam. I fell for that Skylyn's lover did. Probably, I know, to help. You know, they had no money, so they needed money to do that. So they ripped me off on a $4,100 car scam. That I will get some of that money back, coincidentally, after the hearing on Tuesday. Coincidentally, after the hearing on Tuesday. Okay, where I provided solid evidence that I did not allow that physical credit card to be used on an apartment rent for $860. Okay, obvious setup, obvious. 1,000 coincidences in a row, all to this day. So, I was really upset with what happened with that used car theft, that used car scam, and I had to report what I heard. But the FBI knows. The FBI hears all, sees all. Any TV, they've been any TV with a mic, all the phones, all the iPhones. They've been watching this whole time. All of the cops too. NSA. We got half the military, but half the world spending on military is the U.S. government. We got the best, the brightest, the most powerful computers. Don't blame me. They were watching probably before I filed that Homeland Security tip. They must have been. You think that after those terrorists came to Houston, okay, and then a month later, Graham went to London and met with them and gave them the data. Weeks after that is when the top head of France Security told the seller that lives here in Houston that those were terrorist fundraisers, that because the princess and Rahiman hired them, the princess and her uncle Rahiman of Princess of Brunei got put on terrorist watch lists. The letter's on the internet. All you cops had all that time, all this time since last September, and I know you were following me before that, trying to set me up, watching to see what Eric's gonna do. Well, I'm right here. How come I'm not arrested? I turned myself in for that one-day arrest on the harassment charge that you guys despicably used that pregnant teenage scared woman who's scared of you guys. She's scared of Brunei threats. She went in there to set Graham up, and you guys arrested her and then worked with Graham. Think about it. You guys saw all those texts and correspondence on my Snapchat and everything being extorted, and you didn't call the FBI? That is such a negligent, despicable law enforcement. Okay? You saw the extortion, you know it. You know there was a multi-billion-dollar oil deal. You got on my phones, you saw pictures of terrorists meeting with Graham. There's videos and stuff. And you didn't call the FBI? Why not? Maybe blue protecting blue? Because I know for certain that one of those cops is corrupt. Okay? I've got new evidence. So, and the FBI's got it too. So keep that in mind as you threaten that young woman to file charges, harassment charges, a misdemeanor charge against me, and then take her baby from her. She's never had anybody she could trust. She wanted something that knows will trust her, that she will trust. The only thing in her life that she's ever had like that. And to that fucking drug cop, fuck you, bitch. Come get me, you motherfucker. I ain't scared of you. Bring all your friends. Because I got a lot of friends behind me, and that's the FBI, buddy. You're going down. Kill me. I was born dead. I'm done running. I'm done being scared. And I'm pretty upset with what you guys did to that girl who was brave enough to file those audio statements and 2 video statements of the extortion, proving that Graham Dryden, the ones you are protecting, the ones that you did not notify the FBI before he left the country last November, fully knowing that there was terrorist involvement, terrorist fundraising, corruption up the ass, fraud being done on 14 honest U.S. investors, my friends and family, my cousin who sold her house for this deal that's homeless right now because you guys did not call the FBI and help me get him apprehended when I was trying to with Mike Pickens and the Texas Attorney General. You watched all that happen, drug cops and CPS. So, what do you got to say for that? Not my job. No, that is your job. You're a law enforcement officer. It's your responsibility and your duty to report crime when you see it. Especially threats of death. You watched Graham send those letters back and forth to me. You know, you heard my dad, you read my dad's signed affidavit. You heard that Graham threatened to kill my wife at the time. Dallas cops, you've got the recordings of that man threatening to kill me and then rape my wife. And then I get harassment charges filed by that guy? The same Ian Hawks? The one threatening to kill me? I get a harassment charge. I get a call saying I can't contact him? Something's not adding up. It's like so obvious. I'm not saying I don't think the Dallas cops are corrupt at all. Okay, he's connected to my. He watches my Microsoft too. Doesn't have access to my Google. Pretty obvious, folks. Corruption is somewhere. Where is it? Pretty obvious. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to understand this. You saw, I've got a whole dedicated site. Go to the witness intimidation link and see all those white pawns. Those are all witnesses that are scared of Brunei influence and power. And police that are not witness. The investors were intimidated to not file a lawsuit when they were supposed to get the money last September. Then in Christmas, $23 million. Where'd that money go? Oh, I know. Maybe it went to some cops. And some of those offshore Labuan and Singapore accounts that Graham and Zane set up for me. Maybe it's in Bitcoin. I don't know, but it sure looks pretty suspicious to a lot of people. I've got thousands looking, thousands. I've got House Senate people connecting to my LinkedIn. It's on the LinkedIn tab. You guys got access to that. Don't you like how all my videos I show who's connecting? I've been open and transparent this whole time, giving everybody a chance right up to the last minute to do this deal the honest way. And it hasn't been done. Because there's a bunch of fucking crooked cops. When Stephen was writing that, he didn't say a cop. He said they. They are threatening to kill me. The drug informant, his bosses. Who's they? The cops. The drug cop that went to Skyland's went to her CPS detective's office when she was handcuffed. Of course she's going to want to get unhandcuffed after 2 weeks of being handcuffed inside a office. Pregnant. Sleeping on the floor. So I've forgiven. I've already. Well, there's some people I haven't forgiven yet, but for sure, Skyland McDermott. Okay, because she saved my life last September. I know that for certain. Her dad was a little upset with me, but later. But you know, I'm expressing a lot of anger because it's not anger. It's anger. People, she's okay. Skyland, and she's got there's two kinds of Skylands. There's I like Skyland. Then there's the vow that was abused by everybody she knew. Not Brenda, and not Sarah, but everybody else that I know of. I haven't heard of anybody that didn't abuse her, you know, except for the people I know that are my friends. When I was sitting there trying to find her a safe home, when with her CPS detective, him and I were talking, trying to get her into a safe home. He allowed me to call people to find her a safe place, you know. He said as long as the drugs ain't too bad and all that stuff, if she can find someplace safe, we'll let her stay. And I was working with her. And then the threats happened again with Brunei. And so she went on the run again, understandably. And now she's got a little tiny baby. And you guys got her all nice and trapped. And you know what's going to happen. I hope she does get immunity. I still to this day do. Unbelievable. And it's going to play out all over the news. Whether I'm dead or alive, jailed or suicide, who knows what. It won't be suicide, not for a while, because I'm going to watch this play out. So, and trust me, you won't. I'll be safe with the FBI. In jail at the FBI, I'll be there. I'll be there to testify against all these fucking cops, because I want to know. I want to see their faces. And I want to talk I want to see them. I want to see, they won't talk probably. I want to see their lawyers come up with all these excuses. And then Brunei just dish it out. Because they set all you up. Day one. Big setup. All of us. So, if I were you, I'd be calling the FBI and saying, well, Graham told me this. I'm sure you got some recordings. It ain't going to help when the FBI comes raiding. They've already got it for one. So, it's all a big trap. We're all trapped. FBI's sitting there just waiting. CIA, MI6, FISA, Homeland Security, terrorist fundraising. Accept it. Deal with it. Can't change the past. What can you do to maybe compensate for your bad decisions previously? Like what I've been doing since forever, practically. Since my wife walked out on me. Or she didn't walk out on me. We were separated 7 months, different homes. But, so, don't know what to say, frankly. Apologize for the screaming and yelling. But, probably shouldn't have made it when I'm so upset. But I'm upset at how, not about what people have done to me. It's about what people have done to someone else. That upsets me. Used. And abused. And I heard there's a lot more that she talked about. A lot more. And the FBI's heard it. About how she was treated by the CPS system. And that's going to make news. You can bet your ass. It's all over Southeast Asia already. Most of the people looking are Southeast Asia. You saw the reporters list. There's 22 that watched, 22 on that last posting. Top reporters. Not little web guys. All over the world. Politicians. Ex-generals and stuff are on my LinkedIn. Nothing but energy execs, people that have known me 25 years in the oil and gas business, people that have known my father who found Exxon's biggest asset. I'm the man who made $1 billion off of his idea. More than one. Ted Barr. You guys are playing a game you don't understand. You should have been thinking the big picture when you started talking with Graham Dryden. Okay? On that player's diagram, there's presidents. President of Saudi Arabia, or ruler of Saudi Arabia, president of France, president of Madagascar, the King of Brunei, the Sultan of Brunei, His Royal Highness, the one whose daughter was put on a terrorist watch list by Graham Dryden, the one you guys are talking to. The CIA and FBI has been watching for a long time. You think they just said, okay, Graham won't do it again? No. They kept a tab on everybody, and they go, wow, Eric's got some problems. Who's he going to run into next? All these desperate girls that have been abused by their husbands and thrown out on the street. Those are the ones that go on those dating sites. Need a place to stay. Did drugs. I don't even want to talk about all that. But the drug detective has gone around and intimidated. Some are the ones that are that trusted me and met Graham have been arrested and sitting in prison. John, Waller County Jail. It's on my site. Facing life. That knows about Precinct 5 stealing my phone. Talked to incessantly. The drug detective was following me when he heard me talking to John. Why did John get arrested and not Sarah Delaunay, the heroin user that's still walking free? The one that threatened to kill me with fentanyl. Why is she walking free? Why is Rodney, the man who protected me with the gun while he was dying in his living room, and Rodney was breaking into a safe with an axe, stealing the drugs, letting him die on the floor, body moved. Why is Rodney walking free and getting on Facebook? The drug informant Rodney. Why is Rodney the drug informant that works for the man who chased me around, me and my father, and cut deals with criminals? Why is he walking free? Stephen knows exactly who he is, because Stephen was Rodney's roommate. Why did Stephen and Rodney even get busted? And then get to walk free, and then get a chance to set me up. I gave Steve and Rodney $900 to bail Rodney out. I never got that money back. I wasn't even talking to them. I hadn't talked to them in months. And Steven called Rodney's bus. He's like, here's 900. My last 900 I had at the time. That was all a big setup to set me up. And I'm walking free. Where's the cops? Because the FBI's got your number, pig. And you're upset with what I'm saying and putting on the internet. Tough shit. Go to the FBI. So, I didn't see the money switch hands. I didn't hear Graham call the cops, but other people did. You can bet your ass on that. Photon mail, don't think about it. They probably had y'all bugged for a year. All of you. You got a TV in the house? You got a TV at the office? Deal with it. Get over it. Get the deal done honestly. Expose all the crime. I tallied it up and it was 71 last night. You got all the cops saw that. 71 people. And that's just the people I know. And that's underestimated too. Because the FBI listened to all of them. Unbelievable. All the criminals walking free right now, including me, I guess. But don't want me to do my FBI informant, do they? Nobody likes an FBI informant when they're being informed on. Do they? Maybe I'll release this, maybe I'll redo it, I don't know. But consider this an FBI tip number 60. The angry Eric gets. Angry at child abuse by police. That's what that is. Everybody, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Having a woman locked to a desk, okay, somewhat for her safety, somewhat because she ran off, but for over a week, pregnant, many months pregnant, and then all three more detectives showing up just to set Eric up for a harassment charge, fully knowing that you're only buying her a little bit of time with her child. You know, possibly at least knowing. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? I'm not there, right? But it sure seems pretty clear to me what's going on here. Gosh, I feel like I should talk nicer. Let's look at some memes to lighten the load here. That way people don't think. That way you don't cherry pick what you show. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. How's it feel, Graham, to know? How does Brunei feel? Know that the FBI is looking at everybody and hacking their systems now? Huh? FBI has special tools. Christopher Ray. I know he's watching this. Couldn't be. How could 6 police departments? How could he not know about this? Half of Washington knows about this. There's my little darling Carly. Good. Very well stated, darling. Because she taught me that. Watching all the people do things for money. CPS setup number 3. Blocked and mocked for obvious setup number 3 when they were trying to get Skyland McDermott to make me communicate with her. Breaking her silence. That's using her, okay? And I mocked him because I wrote Jess, the girl that aborted a child of mine, because Graham told her. I sent Jess that, and then I sent. She goes. And I didn't send her anything. Okay. Look who's looking. Director of Communications House. He's my friend now. Look, he's authored too. There's a few of those guys there. Chief of Staff, House of Timothy McGill. Oh, he's head of. Look at his title. Human trafficking. Alex, the transgender that choked her, that sent Skyland to hotel rooms of men. Did you guys didn't bust Alex, did you? You guys didn't go, oh, he's abusing. Did you call the cops and have him arrested? The kid that was extorting me? The whole family? No. Did you call the FBI about the extortion? You didn't. Look at the jury, wondering about all these coincidences. That's what the FBI does to me each day. Because after that last hack 3 weeks ago about, they realized they got a special way to make sure no one. So I have access to what I want, what I can do for the media. They're going to be rock stars in all this. 4 gigabyte files. I have nothing on my phone that's 4 gigs. They zip it all up, listen to me talk, breathe, who knows what. Monitor my traffic, who's hacking, stuff like that, and then analyze it. And that happens every day. And you guys ought to check, see who's doing it to y'all. Fucking cops. No, that's my job posting. Hey, if anybody's looking for, I'm actually looking for work. If you know someone who will hire a police, FBI, media informant seeking immunity and being investigated by 6 police departments, and FBI, CIA, MI6, Brunei, and Singapore Internal Security Departments, Texas Workforce Commission, IRS, and a lot of DOJ, such as 3 district attorneys and Texas Attorney General, then please give me a call. Warning, more than 20 people could get long prison sentences due to terrorist fundraising association with some criminals that have threatened my life numerous times. That's hilarious. Got 5,000 views on Google Maps. My daughter, Honest Savannah. Here's all the police that stole my phone. He stole the man's phone and then asked heroin skank. He's the one that reported me to precinct. Sarge. And there's another video tip. Probably one y'all don't have. Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad cops, bad cops. That's the one it's uploaded by now. That's the CPS setup. One of them. 4 of them. Look at that. All the different police departments. Follow me with IPs and everything. There you go. $20 billion locked up. Oh no, that's the Palace Extension project. Cost them that $1.5 billion with an informant and a CIA lock on it. SEC, that should be SEC. Just realized that. There's 2 IPs in New York watching everything I do. Just like you guys are. A lot of coincidences, folks. There's Alex Gonzalez, the transgender. Call her Cousin It. There you go. There's the budget spinning. Look, Francis got 50 bill. You don't think they're watching you guys too? For sharing? My beautiful wife, ex-wife. And Prince Raymond that lost 1.5. Sorry, Dad. There's Zane's uncle. Be the white wizard and do it right. There's Skylin when she was being held captive by a gang members at a gang member's house. Shortly after, yeah, that's where her other lesbian lover rescued her from that person's house, and then they called me seeking shelter because the Alex Gonzalez choked her, strangled her, and choked her till she threw up, and then they didn't know where to go, and they called me. They told me she was 20. And I was like, yeah, I know. I know. And so I said, come on over. Well, I didn't know she was 16. It's on and on, folks. Thousands of pictures. Kill me. Go ahead. I'll be back. Sobriety. Almost 2 months. Thank you, drug detective. Cops in Malaysia. Look at that. 500. And that's actually a lot higher. It's 80 in just this. It went up to 86 yesterday. I'm gonna show everybody everything. On and on, folks. So, more toned down version of Eric. So I don't know, you guys. Just try to get it done honestly. That's all I gotta say. And don't use that woman anymore. Please. I have sympathy for her. Not Graham Dryden.